possibly helping to create. And we don't think that there's been a lot of people from Argos that have come to events, one is over, also talking a whole lot about the program, and they see it. And maybe there's more real institution. But I think if they knew that we have it, I think it could be a really your entrepreneur that they do different ways what so that's what we're working on. I'm not a fan. I just asked for no technical questions on that side. I'm a pilot. I've been with aviation people my whole life. So I do know a little bit about that. So I've answered questions here, but I also have like a full roadmap for phase 1. And then phase 2 phase 3 galaxies, 47 schools education, phase 5 hospitals, new hangar airport will work in the city. I'll do all of that. So government comes from the aircraft signature, the passenger facility, so the CEO of the Lord to the airport in October. And we should be hearing from them around November on whether we want them to go. Students who graduate from this program, and then John will it's like running out of black. A lot of flight instructors will have you doing over and over and over again, thinking nothing to work on. When you really need to work on one straight level, you need to work on your basic skill and other skills first before you start doing stalls and steep turns and spins and flips. So it's the same thing for us. We want to do it. We want to have the right people on board. We want to make sure that in order to go from 5 to 5 to 10, we know that one. And that's why we want to make sure that everyone's part of the project in the program. We want to see it. Not just their town or people's town, but here's the good so it's really just an invitation, but that's kind of something we're at right now. It's a big social feelings out. It's a big ask, so I totally intend it's not you guys out or to give you more information. I will give you anything you need. We're working on like focus. We're building like kind of like a business plan for all this, so if you want to and then I have like the full inventory list of what we need for year 1 and year 2, and then as well as like the extension. So we're working on that. Project managers, same as without people who know what they're doing. But thank you.
I can think of one of the people locally that I used to work with that had the flight program been offered back in high school. I know he would take it up. Probably we can find it quicker through school.
It's a good program, and in the mechanic end of it. And now she mentioned, I know you guys probably didn't. understand, but she mentioned the A and P a lot. That stands for airframe and power plant. So the mechanics can be certified just in airframes, or they can be just certified in power plants, but the majority of them do the both. But there is quite a few tools that they need for the classrooms. Roughly, how many kids win a class this year? Yeah. So with that volume of people, um, there's things that's needed. And I know they get some things, benefits here and there, but still, this is something that could help the whole community, and not just the community, but the whole county. So yeah, I'm all for helping whatever we can do, and I guess that's it.
Moving on, any other citizen input? Attorney report.
Couple things to keep you guys updated on. Last meeting, we talked about that notice. I was gonna send a 302 Apple Street and the owner's called the tax lien hedge. We got that done. I copied Ray on that. Just letting you know if that got accomplished. Also, Ray and I have been meeting. He's got some, Ray's go getter. And he has some changes to the zoning code and also some changes to, it's chapter 150 of our town code for the unsafe building ordinances, and he's kind of trying to give himself some more tools. Just letting you know, nothing for tonight, like that's going to be coming up. They have a plan commission meeting next Tuesday concerning the zoning aspect of things, and that's going to be coming to us. It'll probably be here at the next meeting for you guys to consider. And again, there's some changes, and I've worked with Ray, and again, serious about trying to do what he can do to move things forward. The other thing, I will wait and talk on that top industries, that CF1 report. When we get to that under new business, that's what I have.
I have a motion and a second to approve the attorney report. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying
Aye.
Opposed? Any other old business? New business, CF1 top industry.
I can hit on this too if you'd like.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of information here. I don't know how much of that's all required, but basically the thing we have to pay attention to is this form CF1. Looks like it was signed May 14th, assuming it got turned in on that date or by the 15th.
I think it's stamped received on it.
Okay. It's about the fourth page down, but that's what you got to pay attention to. But basically, this ordinance that allowed for this abatement began in November of 2019. It's been approved every year, and it looks like we're still on track in terms of what was estimated, what was actual. So long as the council is on board with approving that, page 2 of that CF1 form needs to be checked where it says property is in substantial compliance, and then signed by, I'm going to say it's going to be the president, head, Lisa, test, and we're good to go.
Move to approve the CF1 form with the signature of the other stuff on the president.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the CF1 top industry. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying
Aye.
Opposed? So this page 2 is the box that probably is in substantial compliance.
Correct. And when it says reason, I would just put substantial compliance. And so
pretty basic, but you kind of came to us at the last minute. I guess I'd like some more time for us to discuss it and figure out why we need to do it. Maybe we best just table it.
So just the yellow part, the highlighted yellow is all we're.
No, so, lately we've come up with some problems in the cemetery and, in reviewing other cemeteries and stuff, we came up with like traditional burials. They actually lay out how they're done and stuff like that. We realized that we didn't have it in our ordinance. There's only 6 sections, I think, in that ordinance that are actually being changed. They're on the very first page. The other one is I spoke with Derek about the affidavit of devolution or Derek, help me out here. Something deed, resident deed,
Personal representatives.
personal representative deed. And that is what we ran into in the past is Bob buys 6 plots. He uses 2 and he is deceased. So then his children come up and say, well, my dad, he had 6 plots, but, now we have 4 that are not in use. I should get those. One of his children. So then we have, instead of us turning that over to one of his children who may not be the one that was supposed to get those deeds, then this would solve the problem of the legalities.
It's, I think if Lisa calls, probably 30-40% of the time, it's some issue with the cemetery. And if she'd have been here 75 years ago, we'd probably be in a lot better shape. But a lot of these problems that develop over the course of time, Farmer Brown comes in and he wants to buy 4 plots. And the deed was issued. A lot of times it was only issued in his name. But he intended that to be for like himself, his wife, and his 2 kids. Well, guess what? One of the kids moves to California, they die out there, they get buried. And so we got this plot, and then some relative shows up and says, we want to use that. Well, how in the world do you know that they have any authority to do that? I think now the practice is when a deed is issued, you're kind of, and again, the ordinance spells this out, that they're supposed to assign the names of who's supposed to be there and put them on the deed so they have an ownership interest. But there's still a lot of issues with people saying so-and-so ought to be buried there. They're not on the deed. How in the world do we know? And we're not going to hear blowback from the other part of the family. I think it's a pretty good sized headache that she deals with from time to time. This is definitely an improvement. Will it cover any and every circumstance we ever run into in the future? Probably not, but it's, again, better than where it was. But I also appreciate that, hey, you want to take some time to look it over and have discussion, and that's fair. Problems are still going to,
You'll never have something to solve everything.
Exactly.
On anything. But yes, and that was, I make that motion.
Put a motion to table ordinance 2026.
Sure.
Second to table. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Department head reports. Police.
Should have my staff from last night. Like white and white. So, they're not graphic. I just slow down over there. US 31 having some. Reducing our time stay out.
I, for our discussion, when we chit chatted earlier about the residents account, we've been battling with, under the current circumstances, are we going to start taking action?
No, it's a temporary. Safety factor.
Yeah.
And that's a council.
You want to fill that in there or do it?
Well, obviously, you're all aware of that box. I believe that over a couple years ago. We had improved it some, that was just work back behind. That's something we want to get back. Go in there and clean that property out. I know this was, I don't think there was a problem.
Yeah, I need, I'm sorry,
Could be,
It's-
property.
Kinsey? Yes.
So you have a conflict.
Alex was helping with that one.
Yeah.
I'd say get on it, 'cause it's going to the prosecutor's office.
Oh, yes.
I don't want to have to find a new attorney to help us out.
And I know Ray has also had issues with it before. I'm up for it.
Do we feel that improvements can continue as we sit right now?
It's almost like pretty good.
Yeah, they move it from the front to the back and then move it back to the front.
And he also moved stuff in and out.
And as the
Yeah,
school,
see value in some of the things. And some stuff, is fine.
as the school works to, only take the property we start using for education purposes. Before that, really gets over to how we use the property. But it just be done.
I'm good with the company.
I think.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll both sit down and start all over again.
Are you wishing to utilize the route order or they
I mean, I guess even though Derek wasn't involved, I mean, you believe that order's still enforceable order?
The order is still enforceable, and again, I'm not real up on the particulars of this, but I would say if there's a violation of the order, it's not been complied with. It's called a rule to show cause, saying, hey, you violated the court order, drag your butt back to court and answer to that.
You would have.
Yeah. That hopefully shouldn't be, it's May. And so I'm saying, like, I think you would have time before he's gone.
He said, I would,
Before he's done.
do on that. Really problem.
He's going to the prosecutor's office. I'm running out of good referrals, to be honest. I'm not kidding you. I mean,
That leads it to what, less?
It's hard to find a good attorney.
any attorney, Ed, yeah, you're stuck with what you got, but
Just kidding. Anything else for Rodney? Jamie, utilities.
Got two employees going to the training school, on Monday. They'll be there for 2 weeks. Got a lot of information, voltage, all that stuff coming from the job. That they want to do every project they have at the same time. We've got a lot of located on Nation Road now, that's something that's coming up. A lot of storm drainage up there that we down by, brought that up to the school to address some of that. And like Ryan said, we got the highway list coming up. We can use like water heat stuff, communication back and forth. Truck stop, we're pretty much gone out there with all the utilities.
Where are you with the
right now, they've gone in farther than they did. I sent her an email the other day, to kind of see where they're at. I think it was going to be pushed like a year. It sounds like the time frame for utility is, I think it's 27, it's September 27 to 1/8, 1/9 utility certification. So it's really pretty good time. We kind of got some ideas of it. I don't want to get too fast, we're going to get reimbursed. I feel like we do it too soon, we will lose out. So that's what I'm looking for.
Okay. Any questions? Development?
The only extra thing, Deerfield, we're out of those four, we closed on one. We have one closing tomorrow and another one in probably 2 weeks. So out of the last round, all of those will be gone. So I've already started some new plans. Hopefully we'll get around and I'll let you know once I get them that we can start that next round. This is an FYI.
Questions from Mark? Zoning?
I know Ray's not here, but I kind of gave you the update on. He's going after it.
Any motion to approve? Got a motion and a second to approve the contract insurance. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Other new business?
I would, make a motion to donate to Alpha Fund. The request of, the request was
Second.
Second?
Got a motion and a second to donate $2,000 to Alpha Flight. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any other new business? Claims, May 12th, 2026 to May 25th, 2026.
The total claims are $233,877.05.
Motion to accept 233,877.05.
Yes.
Motion to approve claims in the amount of $233,877.05. Do I have a second?
Second?
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion to approve. Motion and a second. Further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.